Hello, Lama from BakuDev here and welcome to our video settings tutorial. This tutorial is part of our multiplayer Steam template tutorial series, but it will still work if you just need the video settings. Throughout this video we will be creating the UI and the system for savable video settings. And by the way, you can get the project files including video settings, audio settings, control settings on our Patreon. So let's get right into it. The first thing we will have to do is go into our save folder. If you don't have that at the moment, you can just go ahead and create it. And in that we're going to create a new save file. And we're going to do that by creating a new blueprint and searching for save game. And we're going to create it. I'm going to call it save video. Save. And now we're going to create some variables in here. The first one we are going to need is anti-aliasing, like so, and it's an integer. After that we will need the display mode and vsync and shadow quality, the max frame rate, view distance, and the screen resolution. I'm just going to call it screen res, and then we can go ahead and save that and close it. And now we're going to go into our game instance. If you don't have that at the moment, you can also go ahead and create a new blueprint class, search for game instance. If you're doing a multiplayer game, you should take the advanced friends game instance. If you're not doing a multiplayer game, just take the game instance, and after you have created that, go into your project settings, search for game instance, and in here you're going to select the newly created one. I already have done that. It's a GI core for me. So let's open that up. For you it's probably going to be empty if you have not followed the recent parts of the tutorial series. But now we're going to create a function for the save logic. We're going to call it getVideoSave. And in here we are going to load game from slot. Put in your string for the save file. I'm going to call it video settings. And now we're going to check if that's valid. And if it's not valid, we are going to create save game object, and we're going to select our video save file. And if that's done, we can promote it to a variable and call it video settings save, just like that. And then we're going to save game to slot. Put the same string you have put into here, so we access the same save game slot, and just plug that into here. And that's that. And if it's valid, we can just cast to video save. And if that's successful, we want to also set it. So I'm just going to duplicate the setter, plug that into here. And then we can go ahead and add a return node. We're going to plug the video settings save into here. Open the details tab and call it video save, and then disconnect that because we're going to have to take that from here and get it, because otherwise that won't work, because we would have to plug that one into here and that one into there, and it does not take two inputs, which is why we're going to do it like that. Awesome, that's that. And now we're going to create another function called apply video, and that will look like that. We will first put get video save into here so we can get the save, and after that we're going to get game user settings, which is basically the which are the graphic settings, and then we can go ahead and start to apply the settings we have saved in our save file. We're going to start by setting the anti-aliasing, set anti-aliasing quality, and we'll get anti-aliasing like so. Just plug it into here, do like that. that's the first option. After that, we're going to get supported full screen resolutions, and we're going to get a reference, and the reference we're going to get is get video settings safe and get screen res, because that's the index we have saved. Plug that into there, and then we can take the user settings again, set screen resolution, and the resolution we want to set is that one. Perfect. And now we can take it again, set full screen mode, and that's enum, so we can go ahead and drag out of here, select, and we can add another option, because the first option is full screen, the second one is windowed full screen, and the last one is bordered. And the index, we'll get that out of our settings again. It's screen. No, is it full screen? How have I called it? Wait, let me check real quick. Go into the save, and I've called it display mode. Okay, could have guessed that. It's a display mode. Put that into here, and let's clean it up a little bit. Put these under here, up here. That's that. Now we're going to, let's just add another node here. We're going to set if vsync is enabled, and that's a boolean, so we have to select again. It's down here, and the index we're going to use is the saved one as always, and if it's 0, vsync is enabled. If it's not, vsync is disabled. And now we're going to set our frame rate limit, and we are, because that's a float and we're not saving the actual frame rate limit in our video settings, we're just saving the index of the frame rate limit. So we're going to use a select over here as well, add some pins. I think let's just do 4. The first one's like 30, second one 60, 120, 240, and 0 means there is no frame rate limitation, so that's uncapped. And we can duplicate that, get max frame rate, put that into here. You can adjust that to your liking. If you want some other max frame rates for your game, you can just add another pin and implement that. So let's just, how do I, Control Z to undo it, because I don't know how to delete it. Now you can go ahead and connect these two. Let's clean it up a little bit. And now we are for the shadow quality. So we can go ahead and drag that out. Shadow, set shadow quality. And that's an index again. So we can just get our shadow quality and plug it into here. That's that. Connect these two again, and we also are going to need the view distance. So we're going to get set the view distance quality. That's an index as well. So get view distance, plug that into here like so. And what we are also going to do is we're going to apply the resolution settings. So once the settings are applied, we are calling this function, and at the end the resolution settings are getting applied. So the window will be resized and the new resolution will be active. And we can also drag another pin out of here, or just let me create a new one by double clicking here. And we are also going to apply the non-resolution settings. And after that, we are going to save settings like so. Perfect. You might ask yourself why we are adding this save settings node at the end, but still are using the get video save file we've just created. That's simply because the save settings will only work local, and the actual get video save will work in your Steam cloud. So if you're making the game with Steam, the settings will be taken to another PC if you download the game there and start it. All your settings will still be the same. If you only use that, the settings will be bound to your PC. And I like to also have it in the Steam Cloud, for example. So we can go ahead and close that. No, wait, we can't actually. Let's reopen it. Because we are going to go into our event graph, and on event init, we're going to apply our video settings. So when you're starting the game, all the video settings you've made are applied. And now we can go ahead and close that. And we can now go ahead and start creating our widget for the video settings. So we're going to create a new widget blueprint, user widget, wg_video settings, like so. And we're going to start it by first of all selecting desired over here. And then we're going to put a scroll box in here. Into the scroll box we'll follow size box, and into the size box a vertical box. And in the vertical box we're going to start off by putting a text into here, and we're going to call it video settings, like that. Align it to the center, and we can then go ahead and put a horizontal box into here, and in the horizontal box we're going to put a text block. I'm going to set the font size to 20, and next to the text we're going to put a combo box there too. We are going to use the combo box string, and we're going to put it into the horizontal box like that. And for the text we're going to select fill over here, put in 0.5 and center it. And for the combo box we're going to put in fill as well, 0.5, and we can leave it as stretched. Perfect. And we can now start by creating some selectors we are then going to duplicate, because one very basic one is the low to medium to high to very high selector. You can name these options however you want. Maybe you have something which fits your game better. I'm going to start by giving it the selected option low, and if you now hit compile, save, you're going to see that it says low. And we're going to start by creating the, let's start with the, I don't know, shadow quality, and like that. Then we're going to, it doesn't matter if it looks a little bit weird over here in the actual menu, it will look right and will not be cut off, don't worry. But we can now go ahead and duplicate it 2 times, because we have the view distance also, and we've also got anti-aliasing for the low, medium, high, very high options. And once that is done, we can go ahead and duplicate it again. And now we're going to change up the options, because for the display mode we're going to need 3 options. One is full screen, the next one is borderless, which is windowed full screen. No, not borderless, it's borderless, like so. And also windowed, obviously. And the default option will most likely be full screen. And then we can compile and save that. Also switch that to display mode, like that. Awesome. Then we can duplicate it again, because that will be our screen resolution. And we can go back down in the combo box to the options, delete them. And we actually don't have to put anything here, because for the screen resolution it's a little bit different, because every player might have a different screen. Maybe it's ultra wide, curved, whatever, and which is why we can't hard code the resolutions in here. We're going to have to get it runtime when the player has already started the game, so the game knows on which monitor it's displayed, so it knows the possible screen resolutions and we will populate it in the code later, so we're just going to leave it as it is for now. And we also need vsync. So we're going to create vsync, and that's just a simple on or off. Default should be off because we don't like vsync over here. And save it, and now we have shadow quality, view distance, anti-aliasing, display mode, screen resolution, vsync. Let me check real quick if that's everything we have. So I'm just going to go into my save folder, video. I forgot something, the max frame rate. And that's that then. So I just need to add the max frame rate. So I'm going to duplicate that again, call it max frame rate like so, and we already have defined some options for that. Delete that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I think. The first one is 30, second one 60, 120, 240, and uncapped, which is the option 0, but we're going to make that in the graph, and the selected option should be uncapped, like so. And if we now go ahead, save and compile, we can go ahead and look how it looks in the actual settings menu, and I'm going to do that by minimizing that, going into my content folder UI, and over here I have my pause menu, and I already have a spot where I put the settings. We've made the pause menu in the recent parts of this tutorial series. If you already have your pause menu, what you're going to do, open it, select the WG settings, no, not WG settings, it's video settings, and put it into, not into here, give me a second. Oh, it's lagging now. Normally the size box should accept it. I think it's bugged because I deleted it once. So we're going to take the video settings and actually do nothing because it already looks alright. And if we compile, save, we can start it, and we will have our options here. I don't know why, but the combo box on default is styled a little bit weird with black text on black background, but it's here. I hope you can see it. You can change that however you want in the styling menu of your settings. So go over here, and somewhere in here you will have font. Is it foreground color? I'm going to turn it to white. Wait, let me check. Just select each one of these like so, and foreground color white. I think that's what we need to do. Let me check real quick. Play. It still does not work. Perfect. Yeah, it's some setting in here. Font, scroll bar, item style. Is it use parent row brush active? Text color, over here, so we have to change that also. Compile, oh damn, did it in game. Compile, save. And if we now go over here, yeah, now it's actually readable. We have all our options. At the moment they do nothing, so we're going to take care of that now by going into the graph. No, wait. Before we do that, we actually have to convert our combo boxes into variables. We're doing that by going up to here. Call it cb underscore shadow quality, because that's our shadow quality combo box. cb underscore view distance. And just do that for every option you have over here. Like that. Change that also. Display mode, the screen resolution, cb screen res, variable cb vsync, variable cb max frame rate, variable like that. And once that is done, we can head right over into our graph editor, delete those just to get our construct again, and there we can start by assigning all the values. the first thing we will have to do is get our game instance, because as you may remember, we have created our logic there. Cast to GI core, or however your game instance is called. And we can get video save in here. That's the method we have created. And we're going to take that over here, and we can now just get our view distance, and we can go ahead and take our combo box and set selected index. And as you may remember, I have told you in the video save are the indexes of the save, of the setting, not the actual setting, which is why we can now just put that into here. And you're going to have to do that for everything. So get vsync, get set selected index, put that into here. I already did view distance, shadow quality, get shadow quality, set selected index, like that. Go ahead with not the screen res, we're going to do that at the end, because as said, we're going to populate it. Set index, get our max frame rate index, like that, over here. Display mode, get display mode, set selected index, get display mode, put it into here, and anti-aliasing, set select index, anti-aliasing, like so, put that into here. And for the screen resolution, we are now going to get supported full screen resolutions that will now be different for every user depending on their basic screen resolution. We're going to take for each loop, and we're going to break the int points, and for the not for the screen res, get add option, we're going to string it, and we're going to add a pin, because that's the center, just hit spacebar, X spacebar, and put that like this, so it will be like 1920 by 1080 or whatever the screen resolution is. Plug that into here and put that into the loop body, and set selected index. We are still going to use the selected one. No, it's screen res, like so. Now it gets auto-populated, but still selected dependent on the save, and that's our init. And now we can go ahead by creating the logic for when the combo box is changing. Let's start by taking the vsync, and you're going to take the onSelection changed event, and I'm going to take that, get, and I'm going to get selected index, because out here the string selected item will come, and as said, the setting is not saved by its actual name, it's saved by the index, so we're going to take the index because the event does not give it, and we can take that from here. Now let's actually promote, you can just hit right click over here, promote to variable game instance, because it's a little bit more performant if we just get it once and then take it. So plug that into here, and we can now get our game instance and get video save. You already know the drill, like so. And we're going to, why did I get the view distance? I have to actually get the vsync like this, sorry. And we're going to set the vsync to the selected index, connect that, and then we're going to save game to slot, and it's called video underscore settings. That has to be the same string you're using in your game instance. Let me show you real quick so you actually know what we're doing right here. We have the get video save and we've called it video settings. We've saved it to the slot video settings. So in the widget we also have to save it into video settings, and the asset will be the video save, which we have now updated over here with the new value. And then we are going to take the game instance and apply our video settings so it actually works. And I'll check real quick, but I think that's the whole process. Yep, it is. So we can now go ahead and continue and do that for every single one of these. You can make your life a little bit easier by just putting it like that, I think. Yeah, that should work. Selecting all of these, copy, paste, and the next one is view distance. So we're going to get view distance, plug that into here, plug that into here. Delete that one because we're now setting view distance, plug that into here. And now you've created the second one, goes a little bit faster. So take this, copy, paste, get the same combo box, plug that into here, delete that, set shadow, plug that into here, and like that. It's a little bit repetitive, but can't do nothing about that. Screen res on selection, like so. Get screen res, connect these, delete that, set screen res, plug that into here, connect these, save, copy, paste, max frame rate, and get that here. Set max frame rate, connect these. Oh, yeah. And that, copy, paste. And display mode on selection changed. Take the display mode combo box into here, connect these, delete that, set display mode, connect these into here, like so, copy, paste. And last but not least, we've got anti-aliasing. So we're going to take that here, delete anti-aliasing, like so, and that's that. Perfect. And we can now go ahead and hit compile and save. Let me check real quick if I've done everything right, but I think so. Got the screen res. Yeah, that's the video settings menu. Yes, and one last thing we will have to do is to head again into the game instance one more time. Go into the apply video function over here, and at the end we are also going to apply settings, because I just noticed that shadow quality won't be applied if we don't do that. So you can go ahead and save that, compile. So you can now go ahead and test it. To test, we're going to enable some stats so we can actually see what we're doing. Just click on this little eye over here, viewport stats engine, and enable details. So we now see our FPS over here. And if we now hit play and go into our menu, we're going to see that the max frame rate currently is uncapped, which is why it's going about around 100. And if we now switch it to 30, we're going to see that we're locked at 30. And if we now switch it to like 240, we still don't hit 240, but we're not capped anymore. 60 is 60, it just works. And for example, you can also test the shadow quality. Currently, pay attention, we got some shadows beneath me. And if we put it to low, shadows are disabled. And yeah, if we put it back up to medium, we've got some shadows, but they're not so high resolution. Anti-aliasing obviously also works, but that's a little bit hard to see. In an empty world, view distance also works, but it's also very hard to see. Display mode, screen resolution is not testable in that state. We're going to do something else to test that, stop the game. and we will test that in a new editor window. Go over here and open the settings menu. I've set it to windowed and the screen resolution, so it does not bug around when I open it and record. But if we now change the screen resolution, we can see it works. And if I let me put it to my actual resolution first. If I now put it to borderless, the recording might stop. I'm going to try it. Oh, it worked. Lag? No, it works. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so the settings just work. I won't enable full screen right now because that will destroy my recording, but as you can see, the settings work. You can test around yourself. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope your settings menu works. If you still have any questions left, don't hesitate to leave a comment or join our Discord and ask me directly. And see you in the next one. Bye.